And we're back. It's been
Hello.
over a month.
It has been.
No, it hasn't.
We
Yes,
love
it
you
Don't
all.
peel
has.
back the veil for the viewers.
I do
Has it
that
been a
because I post the dates that we record these as well. We last played this on June 20th. It is the 1st of August. July was a hell
has it
month,
been a
is all I'm
month?
gonna say.
Has it been a month yet? It is a full moon today, isn't it?
Oh,
A
I didn't
mount.
realize that.
Mount.
Alright,
Perfect.
so let's get back into this. We're so close to the end for Echo. I really want to see if we can get through this game before we hit Halloween.
Halloween.
Oh, yes.
Lots of howl.
Full moon.
So here we are. Last time we played, finally reached Friday. There's literally only 2 days left in this game. We're so close.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm out of touch. No spoilers.
Okay, well, you'll find out as we go along. I'm a great swimmer, I swear it. Oh, nope, that's not me. Who is this?
That's
It says a
thought
young
it was-
woman's voice, so I was just taking a guess that it was going to be, like, one of my characters, but we need a young woman.
Hannah.
Sure. I'm a great swimmer. I swear it.
A young woman's voice. It's distant but near. Like a video with the volume nearly all the way down. I strain myself to listen more closely, and the spoken words start to come into focus. Oh, wait, I know what this is. Oh, damn. Harry really should have been here.
Oh, dang.
I'll do this character for him, but for the character that you're doing, Hannah, I'm going to send you a text because you're actually supposed to voice this character.
Okay.
Let me write this down. This is who you're actually voicing.
I have a guess. Okay. Alrighty.
Alright, since Harry's not here, I'll try to do my best to mimic him for this character. That's doubtful. You're a Yode after all. A man's voice, also barely audible. I'm inside the cabin of a large vehicle. It's rickety, and I have to hold on to something to keep from shaking all over the place. I can see two people in the front now, their silhouettes pronounced, but I can't make out their faces. It's like they're distorted, water droplets on fresh ink. The one in the passenger seat is a woman, a coyote. She has lots of jewelry. Not that I can see it, but it jingles around whenever she moves. That reminds me of my mom. The man on the left, who is driving, is an otter. He's wearing a hunting cap that's too small for his noggin. Whenever he turns his head, I catch a glimpse of him in the mirror, his face blurred. The only part that's distinguishable are his eyes, like shining blue headlights in the dark. I think I'm seeing things from his point of view, even though he's not really me. The cabin behind the two front seats is roomy, like a van. In fact, it feels like there are more people behind me, but I can't look over my shoulder. I'm stuck, shaking around in between the front seat and somewhere in the back, near the rear cabin doors.
Yeah, and you're a dirty species, Dove. Times are a-changin', you best get with them. Elsewise, I may need to find myself more sophisticated company, you hear?
The woman responds. This is also familiar for some reason. Deja vu? Jan, you read dirty novels and you eat fast food like a hog. I've heard of a set of witch doctors who are more worldly and sophisticated than you. He grunts, laughing a little at his joke.
Please, darling. Reading a little novella with the word penis in it ain't gonna damn me straight to hell.
Oh my god, they said the penis word.
Hannah, you said penis?
Penis.
Anna, you said penis.
Oh no.
Hello.
Do you want me to say vagina too?
Ooh.
Now this video is demonetized, even though it was not monetized in the first place.
Hi, we're YouTube. We're coming to demonetize you right now.
Second, I got my own income now. You know, a job? Might hear of one someday. I can use the money I make from said job to buy whatever I want that makes me feel special. Sometimes that's a little romance book at the drugstore, and sometimes that's a large vanilla milkshake with extra cherries. Third and final, I don't think the Meseta have witch doctors. They got shamans. I met one once. He was very nice, old man. About 4 feet tall, too. Pocket-sized.
The woman sounds rather pleased with herself for countering all the man's comments. The man lets out a dismissive noise. You met one, hey? What'd he do? Say you a love potion? Another chitter of laughter at his own joke.
I don't know, hon. You tell me. You reckon it's working?
Her tone is flirty, and I can practically feel them both smiling. I'm outside now. My head is spinning. I'm walking, but it's not my body that's moving. It's someone else's. Their movements are slow and deliberate. A stab of pain when the body's left leg moves too high or joints rotate at the knees. The fur on their arms is ice white, and the muzzle is feline. Some sort of big albino cat, trudging one foot after the other beside the highway, caught up in a strange daze. Sepia-tinted memories fill our head, of places that look straight out of the southwestern adventurous frontier quarter. These recollections are his existence, and physical reality in front of him a fading dream. Something that causes pain to traverse. This world is not his home anymore, as much as it hurts him to think that. One of his feet steps upon the pavement, then the other, crossing the lanes to walk directly down the little yellow line down the center. The people he loved are all dead, but he doesn't want to join them. He just wants them back. As his own senses fail him, the memories in his head keep getting more and more real. They're there in his mind. He can see the stitching in their clothing, the smell of their fur, the chuckle in their voice, the touch of their paws, the taste of their lips. It's such a sad way to be. I'm back in the van. The otter and coyote are trading glances with each other now. The more brusque personality of the otter seems tempered by the coyote, like he's trying not to take himself too seriously around her. The radio is playing something now. Something that was there before, but I couldn't quite make it out. It's not music, just voices. Drawn out, distorted, and mostly unintelligible. I catch something that sounds like nervous laughter from a high-pitched voice. Then a more baritone one responds with something reassuring. It's okay. At least that's what I think it says. Finally, a squelching noise, like squishing soft putty between your paws. The feeling that something is behind me in the van grows. I've been here before. I know I have. But when? No matter what I do, I can't turn around. Even the rearview mirror reflects a distorted image. I can just barely make out something back there. Undulating in constant, restless motion, stroking between pulsating flashes of faint red light. There's applause, like someone clapping. The handles of the rear cabin doors seem to shudder and click, like someone's trying to open them from outside. But that's impossible. We're moving. It feels like I'm yanked back onto the road again. with the old man walking down the center line. The memories in his head grow more I don't know how to pronounce this word. Perspicuous? Perspicious?
Perspicuous?
Perspicuous.
Oh, okay.
As in... Hold on. I've heard this word before and I've used it myself before, and yet I want to make sure I don't.
Yeah, this is a word that I think I've not really seen before.
I'm pretty sure it's like...
I'm gonna assume it's like painful or sad.
Clearly expressed and
For me-
easily understood. Lucid.
Oh, I was thinking promiscuous, conspicuous.
So the metaphors in his head are growing clearer.
The memories, actually, but yeah.
Yeah. The metaphors.
Yeah. The memories in his head grow more perspicuous as he walks. It's as if he's building towards some great zenith or a point of total clarity. Oh, okay, Chase, I get it. You like literature.
I use big fancy words.
Why? Why?
Wait, you know what?
English major much?
No, he's actually he's a journalism major, but I did want to point this out, which was hilarious. Chase talked like this in Route 65. It doesn't come up that much in this game, but like, yeah, no, he used like ridiculously big words for when he was 15. Like to make himself sound important.
Zenith, by the way, is a time at which something is most powerful or successful.
Oh, I know Zenith.
That was for our viewers.
I'm not sure how I know this, though. There's a rumbling of an engine coming up from behind, puttering in rhythmic fashion. Again, I can't turn to face it, but I know it's there. And it's getting closer. The engine roars. It's coming up right behind me. Damn, this would have been Seb.
Mm-hmm.
This is nuts. Fuck. What the fuck am I doing? Oh, no, never mind. This is you, Hannah, I guess.
Really?
It said it was the high-pitched voice from the radio.
From the radio. Wait, is this the same person I've been voicing, or?
Yeah, from the radio. No, not from the character you're voicing, but when we were talking. Oh wait, no, you didn't do that. I did it. Sorry, I'm mixing things up now.
Okay,
Alan, you're making us all confused.
Yeah.
You should be confused. I'm confused.
Chase appears to be confused.
Yes. Very much so.
This is nuts. Fuck. What the fuck am I doing?
I'm sorry, Alan.
What?
It's a very
What's the matter?
serious scene. And you put this, like, adorable kid's voice, and you're like, this is weird. Huh? Fuck. What am I doing? And I was like, oh no.
Well, it's a high-pitched voice from the radio. I can hear it now, clearer than ever before. Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Hey!
Me?
The deep
Hello.
baritone was Leo this whole time.
Alright, cool. You're doing great, Chula.
The baritone voice.
Actually made that lower
That was
probably than
Leo?
I should have.
The albino older man stops, turning as if he heard this too. That also means that the higher-pitched voice... Oh, wait, I know who the higher-pitched voice was. It wasn't Chase. I'll let you know that. Heavy breaths escape my throat and splay forth, fogging up the windshield. The two lovers exchange a kiss, eyes lulled. There are lovers in the back as well, fumbling with themselves in that same red light. The same red light that bathes the entire sky. The cabin doors fling open, and I can finally see the person who's been trying to get in from the outside. A runty-looking, amber-eyed otter stands there, wearing an oversized blue t-shirt and khaki shorts. It's me. I'm younger, and I don't have the goatee. Somehow,
fucking goatee.
I'm just floating behind the
He's
moving
not the
vehicle,
evil one.
as if we were still standing still. The color in younger me's eyes start to fade before shifting to an icier blue. He shrinks, and soon the figure standing there is the little boy in his swimming trunks. Him. What does he want? Another shift, and he springs up with distorted, jolty movements. The transition is nowhere near as smooth as the first. An otter in his hunting cap, far too tight for his head. Those same blue eyes piercing right through me. Bronson. Mr. Bronson. Sydney's father. Is Mr. Bronson also the one driving the van we're in? I see no reaction from the blurry figure in the driver's seat, still more occupied with the coyote next to him. He's only there for a second before his face practically tears away in jagged artifacting. Mr. Bronson twists in on himself, expression uncaring, as it falls apart and fades into ragged white fur. The elderly albino on the road. It's him. At least, I think it is. His silhouette is more abstracted. The detail of his features somehow darker. His form floats there for some time. I keep waiting for it to shift, but it doesn't. Instead, it turns its head to look at me directly with its stark red eyes. They widen, still peering, and I try to step back, but I can't move. Like fluorescent bulbs, they begin to illuminate, blinding me as they grow closer and closer. I hold up my paw just as the old man's mouth opens, about to speak. Whoa. Thunk. Janice, are you okay?
Bronson, what did you hit? Bronson? Bronson, don't just sit there. You answer me right now.
I don't know.
Jesus, sweet Mary Christ.
Mr. Bronson's despondent, while Janice is starting to get frantic. Everything's dark, but I can still see a slight red splatter in the center of the windshield. A large chunk of fur is caught in the wiper. Mr. Bronson steps out of the vehicle, his blurry form flickering into something a little more focused. His clothes are loose hanging, jeans bell-bottomed, very 60s. I can see the whiskers on his face like they were my own. His heart is practically beating out of his chest, his fur damp with cold sweat. The fear is electric, buzzing hum which permeates the landscape. Are they hearing it too? I decide to move with him, seeing from his point of view. Mr. Bronson covers his face, paws trembling. He can't see anything in this darkness. The otter nearly leaps out of his fur, startled by the voice. It's a weak, desperate cry, a gurgling of pain following it immediately after. Mr. Bronson runs to the source of the pathetic sound, Janice getting out of the van as well. She clutches her bag to her side, her high heels clacking against the asphalt.
Bronson, oh my God.
I see it. I see him. The albino feline is stuck, wedged between the fender skirt and the wheel itself, a space about a foot wide. He's practically folded into it, legs snapped upward and jutting out the side. Wild red eyes dart from Mr. Bronson to Janice, and back again. I can't tell if he's pleading for help or asking why. All I know is that he's in excruciating pain, beyond the capacity for tears, just instant shock. Images flash before his eyes, and now he's not looking at anyone at all. He's devoid of movement beyond the rapid heaving of his chest.
Jesus!
She screams.
His shoulder's caught under the tire! And he's bleeding! Oh God, Bronson, we gotta do something!
I know we gotta do something! shouts back at her, eyes nearly popping out of his head. Jack. Janice gasps as the old man begins to speak again. A look of realization crosses her no longer blurry face, and she points towards the back of the van. So, I'm gonna point this out to you guys. We've played the smoke room.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember what he's actually referring to?
Who the guy who got hit is referring to?
Do you know who the guy who got hit is?
So he
I'm
was
pretty
described
sure.
as an albino
Albino cat.
cat,
Albino mountain lion.
which is what's his face? Protagonist. Tree.
That's Sam.
Sam.
Yes, that's Sam from the smoke room.
He'd be old as hell.
Oh yeah, he is old as hell at this point because he was 25, I want to say, at the time of the smoke room, which takes place in 1915. So like even by this point, if it is indeed going on in the 60s, which I kind of question if it's actually the 60s right now, because Janice and Mr. Bronson seem to be like maybe 16 at like the youngest right now, which would mean that Janice is a lot older by 2015. Because you'd add like 50 years on top of this scene. So she would be about 66, and she's kind of described as being in her 50s. So I think that they're just in outdated clothing or something, and that this probably would have happened in the 70s instead. But either way. So the thing is, he's saying Jack, but he's not referring to get a jack for the car and get me out of here. Do you remember what Sam did in the smoke room?
Oh, he killed a dude named Jack.
Yes, that was his crime.
Oh, wait.
Oh, sorry, you didn't say the line, I
Yeah.
just realized.
Yeah. Get the jack!
Mr. Bronson blinks, then quickly rushes to the back to get his toolkit, flinging the doors open. In place of obscure lovers are a mound of tarantulas, burrowing into each other, as if... Oh, sorry, Matt. As if trying to
it's
hide
fine.
from the newly opened doors. Are you okay with hearing this, or...
Oof. What?
Okay, I'm just gonna keep reading, just keep ignoring it.
Noted.
Some are blondes, while others are the more standard rust and black color. He doesn't seem to notice or care about these creatures, which flee from his presence, instead diving for his little olive toolbox. I try to step away, but I'm stuck seeing things through his eyes now. He flings his tools around, hammers, wrenches, and rebar clattering to the side. No Jack. Mr. Bronson stares, motionless, until Janice's shrieking voice breaks the silence.
What is taking you so long? Get him out of there, Bronson!
The otter exhales shakily, then makes his way back to Janice, giving her a blank look. Help me lift.
What?
I said, help me lift!
You are kidding me. You don't have a jack?
Shut up and help! Mr. Bronson slips his paws under the side of the van next to the wheel, squeezing his palms against the chrome. Janice quickly does the same on the other side of the wheel. On 3, lift!
Mr. Old Man, we're gonna get you out of there in no time. You just gotta slide on free once this goes up, okay?
She tries to put on a reassuring voice, but the albino just stares past her with those intense red eyes. 1,
Bronson, I don't know if I can do this.
2. She shakes, tears beginning to well up within her eyes.
Oh, God.
3. The van creaks as it begins to rise up off the ground, at least on this corner. Janice screams at her own exertions, muscles spasming as her arms shake.
I can't!
The old man begins sliding his broken legs down the side of the wheel, one of his free paws grabbing the side of the fender skirt. Low moans escape from inside his chest, whimpers of unimaginable pain and shock as his crushed bones realign themselves inside him. He makes it most of the way out by the time Janice's arms give out, the van instantly lowering back down a couple inches.
I'm sorry!
Fuck! Mr. Bronson spreads his legs wide, his muscles quivering as he tries to hold up the whole van by himself. Go get out of there! He screams down at the albino, his blue eyes meeting the albino's as the old feline begins to nudge himself out from under the wheel. No! The otter howls as the van continues to lower, despite his best efforts. The old man feels it touch the side of his muzzle. His breathing quickens, arms reaching for something, anything to help him. Then some gentle pressure. His eyes are bleary moist now, like a lost child's. Then more pressure. And then... Janice screams. She screams and screams until her vocal cords fray like old yarn. Time passes. The body of the old man is dragged into a large open hole on the side of the road. Mr. Bronson's paws are bloodied, nails chipped from digging without a shovel. Janice refused to help, and she's been sitting there in the van quietly for the past half hour, crying to herself. She can't stop shaking. He buries the body in a small ditch, trying not to look at his half-crushed face. It seems to stare at him, asking for help from beyond the grave. He could have helped, but he wasn't strong enough. Maybe this is what he wanted after all? To die? Why else would he have been walking straight toward them in the middle of the road? He had plenty of time to move out of the way, but he didn't. It was like he didn't realize the shock of what he had done until he was tangled in the wheel skirt of the van. His bones jutting from his skin and blood dripping from his overalls. Once he'd been completely covered, Mr. Bronson peers back at the van. The splatter from the impact is still visible. He places a small stone to mark the grave on the unknown man before heading back and getting into the driver's seat. Janice says nothing to him, and for that he is thankful. Mr. Bronson drives off the road and into a small valley a short ways away. He parks in between some bushes and collects his things, trying to ignore the new throbbing pain in his head. Together, they silently exit the van and begin their slow walk back to Echo. A lone figure watches them from atop the hill, an impossibly tall silhouette with lanky arms that hang past his knees. We're together now. All right. And you know what?
Woo.
I think that is good enough for right now. Let's call it here for now.
Yep. Yay!
Good stopping
So-
point. For that.
Oh boy.
So I'll explain that to you guys after this. So say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.